Guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, me and my friend here are going to give you a virtual tour around his farm, which is just a few miles from ours. So here's my friend Oliver. They own a farm just a few miles from us, and they're mainly Case, New Holland, and some other things, but they own no John Deeres. So now we're just going to do this quick walk around their farm and show you the equipment they have and what they use them for.
So this is our New Holland bidirectional. What we mainly use it for is loading bales, and we use it for just like hauling it around and stuff. And this piece can come off and it can turn into just like a tractor, and then you can flip the seat around and drive it that way.
So the seat, you can flip it around and have the steering wheel over there so you can just drive backwards like normal. And then you can flip it around, is that right? We have nothing like that.
This is our Case 24-row planter. We mainly use it for is like planting sunflowers and corn. And those are the tanks that hold the seed, and that holds like liquid fertilizer. So it puts it down with it.
Sneak, yeah, we have nothing like that. We do just wheat, barley, and soybeans.
Some rows are different inches apart. Ours is a 30-inch. Some of them are like 26 inches, which is what mainly people use around here. So some people think it's like kind of weird because not normally people around here use a 30-inch row planter. This is our older combine. This is a Case 7010 for harvesting pretty much any crop, like row crops or whatever.
So every like grain.
Yeah, grain crops. And this is where so normally the header's right here, and the header like cuts the crop and then puts it into this, and then it like pulls it into the combine, and then it goes through the whole thing, and then it separates the seeds, and then they go in there, and then the excess or like the stubble, it comes out the back.
In these choppers, and you can also raise and lower these so it's just in a swath, so you can also bale it up in straw, but yeah.
But we don't normally use it as a swath. Normally we just shoot it out, so it just spreads it all out. And then the auger up there, that comes out and you dump it into the grain cart. And then you see that big black part up top, that's what holds the grain.
Now we're gonna go check out the inside of this older 710. 7010, not 710. So this is it. You can tell it's a little bit older.
Normally there's more monitors in here though.
Not quite so fancy.
It has the wheel.
Now we're gonna go to the newer combine. This is a
basically same thing, except the auger's longer. We have a bigger head on it, and then the hopper's a little bit bigger, I think.
So basically the same, except for just newer and fancier. So now we're gonna check out the inside on this newer 8230. So this one is definitely nicer than the older one.
Got red seats. So
They're leather seats. Those are definitely more comfortable. I've ridden both.
Monitor's normally somewhere over here. And then there's like iPads, and there's another monitor. And then there's a special monitor, which is right here for the Gehringhoff corn header that we have for corn. Because we mainly use this one for corn. Because it's a little bit bigger, handles it better.
It's very, very similar. Like the controls are very similar. This is all very similar, except for the seats. It's got a weird smell in it too.
It's a rat repellent.
Ugh. So very similar, except for just nicer. So this is a Case tractor here. What do you use this one for?
We normally use it to pull the planter, which is over there, as you already saw. It's a 245, so it means it has 245 horse, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And then its Case it has narrow tires on it because we used to use it for a sprayer, and that's and then also it's nice, and why we used it for the planter is because the tires were 30 inches apart, because we used to have an older planter. It was much smaller than that one, and you would use it for spraying. So the sprayer, it would have to go over the crop, and then we didn't want to crush as much, so we just went in between there, and then it's 30 inches apart, so it doesn't crush any of the rows that you're planting.
Neat. Now we're gonna walk over to their barn over here and see the sprayers. What?
Horses.
And the horses. So this is your barn, huh?
Yep.
So these sprayers are
We have two of these sprayers. They're 8 Gators 845s. These are the older ones. That one over there is the newer one.
yeah, I think
No,
so.
that's the older one too. The newer one's not here.
Newer one must be in the field.
Yep. It's in the field, spraying beans, I'm pretty sure. And our prevent plant.
How wide are the booms on these?
I think one of them is 100-foot booms, and
Yeah.
the other one is shorter. Pretty sure this is the 100-foot booms.
Yeah, that one
one's
looks
the-
shorter.
This piece right here, it's longer than the piece on this one.
Mhm.
That piece is shorter.
Yeah. Looks like it.
And that one it folds like this, folds out like this, and that one over there, since the boom's longer, it folds out like that.
So when it folds out up, it has more of a risk of breaking, right? Yeah.
Or hitting a telephone line or something.
What's this?
This is our truck that we used to fill the fertilizer spreader, which is right there. So basically,
Also a
we
roll
just
grader.
fill it up with fertilizer. We'll try fertilizer because we're spreading it. You can have either wet, like fertilizer that's a liquid, or the one that's like, it looks like Dippin' Dots basically. If you've ever seen them, like they're little tiny circles. That's what it looks like when you spread them out in the field. And then it comes out of this auger and it can move up and down however you need it. And then it comes out of there and then it just unloads into the spreader box, which is on the air spreader over here. This is the air spreader, or floater, because it has big tires, so that it floats over the mud and stuff, because it's sometimes muddy. It has these, and what happens is it pushes air through the whole thing and then out of there. So there's like a big belt in it, a conveyor belt, that slowly unloads the stuff into this auger. And then the auger puts it out into each one of these, and it uses air, and the air shoots through this, and then pushes the seed, fertilizer out through these, and then it spreads it out in the field.
Now over here, the horses.
Here's our sprayer rails.
This is there.
They don't look that nice. These used to be horse stalls. Here's the stalls to keep the horses in. And then the horses are out here. We can go out there and look.
Okay. Last time I was here, we rode horses, and the one older one, Eli, he's an ornery one. He's that one over there.
On the
Yeah.
horses.
We might hop on horses today. You might be able to see that.
This is
Maybe
the
not
horse
today.
pasture. Feeder, we put big brown bales in that, and then sometimes we get 2 inch square bales and stuff. And then tall one with the solid stripe, white stripe down him, that's Eli. The other one that's a little bit shorter, that one's Stella. They're both like the same color, and she has like a diamond-looking thing on her forehead, and they call those stars. And then the small one is a pony, and that's Duke. That's his name.
Their gas tank set up.
Diesel.
Diesel. Is there any gas in it?
The little one's the gas. The 3 big white ones are all, the 3 big white ones are all off-road diesel for like the combines and stuff. And then the smaller white one and the other one that's like rusty, those are on-road diesel fuel for like semi-trucks and pickups and stuff like that.
Okay, so yeah, our gas setup is a little bit bigger. We've got a few more, but yeah, it's a fair size. Here's their bin setup. They've got 2 of these, and then one more on the other side. I think it's a little bit smaller.
There's 2 more.
Oh, 2 more.
And then there's more over here.
These must be like 10,000 or 15,000 bushel bins, somewhere around there. Or the fans to just keep the grain dry.
So here's our semi-trailers. This one's we have 2 big ones like this, and then that one's a smaller one that we rent. It's not actually ours. And then that's an International right there. And then there's an International over here pulling this one. And then we have 2 Volvos, a green one and a red one. And then here's our trailers. There's
electric tarps.
And then here's where you crank to open the hose, dump them, and then here's the scale, just like Eli's have. And that's that.
The other bins, or is the one we showed before. Those must be like 15s. I don't know. And these look smaller. I think these are the same though. That thing's huge.
Fans that are like only this tall.
It's shorter than that. Yeah, we don't have any big ones like this. Or no, we do, but we don't use it that much. Yep.
Here's the air seeder. It's like the one that Hoppies have, except it doesn't have a tank on it right now. The tank's in the other shed over there. And this one is smaller than Hoppies, because ours only folds once. Theirs has an extra wing.
Yeah, ours is a 60. I think yours must be like a, I don't know.
It has like an extra wing, like this big, kind of, maybe a little bit bigger.
So if
Right here.
maybe yours is a 50 because that might add 10 extra feet and with 5 on both sides. Yeah. Yeah, ours is newer than yours too. Yours is a 1890. Yeah. And this is just all powered by air.
The only John Deere that we have.
This is all powered by air. It pushes the air from the tank in and down to the things. So that's why it's called an air seeder.
Here's our shop. It's bigger than Hoppy's. There's our Jeep over there.
Only because they added this little branch off from the main
And then
thing.
there's another branch over there. Oh, there's our motorhome. Normally that's not in here. Normally we have like tractors or something in here. This is where all the tools are. There's some more tools over there.
Lots of tools. They're way better organized than we are.
And then there's a wash bay over here. Those two things that we added on are wash bays. They have like a drain in the bottom, so you can wash them. And you clean this one out over here so you can use it in the winter. And up there's the office.
So up there's the office. And
Here's the wash bay. And here is Eli's dirt bike. Here's Eli's dirt bike. He broke his muffler.
snapped off these. There's a metal piece right here that, and it broke just as I was driving it.
So we might feature some of the videos on this. And my dirt bike.
Yeah, his is the exact same, except for not quite as nice. It seems to run a little bit better. Mine keeps breaking. Broken it 3 times in 3 days. So yeah. And there's their cat Lynx. It's a pretty nice one. Nicer than our barn cats. It's a fairly big one too. Service pickup, it's just a Ford 350, and they put all the tools in the back. They just drive this around to go fix things in the fields. So we're gonna pull the 4-wheeler out and take it to a shed down the road to show you the headers there. So I had to take the lawnmower out. Here he comes with the 4-wheeler. Someone got a mower stuck in their ditch. This is our mower. That's your mower?
There's our Batwing mower, and that's our New Holland tractor. That's what we normally use for baling.
Looks like they got it stuck pretty good.
Yeah, he was driving it, and it got a little too close to the edge. Because he had just mowed this and was coming back, and it was a little wet. And he got too close to the edge of the ditch, and it just sucked him right in.
Yeah.
And the mower flipped first, and then he just got basically sucked into the mud.
So this is their shed down the road. I don't know, it must be like a mile or two. So, what are you keeping here?
Mainly nothing in pads because there's so many mice here. Mainly just headers, baler. That's the old planter. That's the fertilizer spreader. These seed runner. It's for loading the air seeder or planter or whatever, really.
Yeah, I forgot what that was called.
So here is our sunflower header. And it used to just be a normal grain header. But then we added this on. Because for sunflowers you need it to be taller. And then we added these on. And these are special for sunflowers only.
Yeah, I know nothing about sunflowers.
Sunflowers go here and it cuts them off and it sucks them in. And since sunflowers are so tall, you have to put that in there so they don't fall out. Here's the corn header.
How many rows is that?
I think it's only like a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows. Oh, wait, that's the spines. 12 rows.
Yeah.
You don't count these, you actually normally count between them.
So it's not a huge one, but it does
And this
it.
header is actually from Germany. It's a Geringhof. And this, you see those big cylinders? This actually can fold up. So this right here, there's a line here, and this whole thing can actually fold in, and then the other half folds in. So you can have the header on while you drive down the road. But we never fold it up because it takes forever to fold up. And then here's our shorter draper header. It's a Macdon. We don't use case because they had problems. So this is our draper header. It's like Hoppy's header. 30 foot. It's older because you see it has the red cover. And then here's the longer one. This is a 35. It's newer. It's an S. They're both the same header. I guess they just are the bigger size is like this. It's a Macdon FD 750 75S. And then it's basically just the same thing. It has the belt, the reel, and the sickles.
Yeah, so the thing with the draper header is it has these belts. But if it's not a draper header and it just has the auger that goes in the back, you tend to lose more grain that way. Because it's kind of chopping it up.
And also, this thing, those wheels come around the back here. Go around the back. These, the wheels actually fold up on you. You pull this, and then the wheels come up or down or whatever. You can put them like here, and you turn that, and then those things, they just sit like here. So it basically transforms into a header trailer and also a header.
Yeah, our John Deere headers don't have that.
You just slide together, and it looks the same. And then the wheels, they can sit like right here. And you can put them down a little bit if you want, so you don't want to cut so low. But with beans, or if it's a dry year and the wheat's really short, then you don't normally put those down. Or if there's like a lot of rocks or gophers mounds in the fields, then you put these down a little bit so you don't hit those mounds with the sickles.
Yeah.
Here's our baler. It's just like Hoppy's baler. It's round baler,
One of them.
except somebody ran into something with it, and it's an older baler. But basically does the job same. And then here's our old planter that we used to use. As you can see, it is much shorter. Here's the spreader. We don't normally use it as much.
Yeah, we've got one like this.
We can't use it because come back here, it only has these discs. And these spin and it shoots it out really far.
Yeah, I think we
And if
sold
it's
this one to
windy,
you,
it
right?
blows it all around. And then here is what we use to load our air seeder or planter.
Sorry, still got some beans in it.
It's got some beans in it because we didn't get all of our crop done because it was so wet. And that just dumps it into the hoppers. And we normally pull it with the service pickup, but that handle isn't. And this, the wheels have actually flew off many times. And we actually had a cop follow us once because the wheel flew off. One of these wheels flew off and it was still standing, and the field was just a little ways ahead, so we just drove it there. And it was fully loaded. And then that auger just slides out and bumper down.
So you
And
can
then
load it off
this
this way.
actually slides the other way, and then the auger can go in there, and this part goes out, and then you can dump grain into here, and it will load itself. So you don't need the
So
auger to
this
load
whole
it.
thing can come out like this. You can dump grain in here and then put it in there, right?
And that is this blue shed. Original farm site. The other bin site, those reuse all these big bins. They're about the same size. They got big fans on them. There's the service pickup. There's our big auger. And then there's another auger over here. Not that little one, but the other Westfield one. And those we use.
And it's really loud because we have the grain dryer on. That thing's the grain dryer right there. So that just dries grain. You put it in and it'll blow hot air and it'll just dry it. Yep. And then that big tall thing, that's the grain leg, that's the big auger in it. And then there's the grain cart. And there's the red truck, which we're gonna go look at. There's their one versus one. So here's the
It's basically the same as Eli's, except it's smaller. So if you watch his other videos, we'll tell you a little bit more about it. But since it's so noisy here right now, we can't really tell you much about it.
Yeah, the tractor basically. Yeah. And then they've got this one versatile right up here. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's versatile. This is what they use for grain carting. It's very unfamiliar to me.
Alright. Alright, now we're going to go look at the truck. That's the truck. Basically the same trailer except it's slanted a little bit. And then that truck's a boat.
So much for watching, and hope to see you on the next one. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the notification bell so that you'll get a notification whenever we put out a new one. And I've got a few good ones coming up, and there's hang season and a lot of stuff that's going to come out. So if I were you, I'd subscribe and I'd keep watching.